In this video, we're going to talk about how to convert between units of measure. In the United States, we use the U.S. system of measure. This includes inches, feet, gallons, pounds, etc. Another name for the U.S. system of measure is the customary system. Whereas most other countries use the metric system of measure. This includes centimeters, meters, liters, grams, and so forth. Sometimes you'll need to convert between the two systems of measure, and this can be done using proportions. Typically, you're going to see a conversion table, something like this, and we're going to use these tables to answer the following question. The average height of a 12-year-old boy is 60.5 inches. What is his height in centimeters, round to the nearest tenth of a centimeter? So I'm going to start by looking for the conversion between inches and centimeters. So I find 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So I'm going to use this as the left-hand side of my proportion. 1 inch is to 2.54 centimeters equals, and then I'm going to look at the inches that I'm given in the problem. I have 60.5 inches. So since I'm given inches, this is going to go in the numerator. So I have 60.5 inches over x centimeters. And I'm going to cross multiply and solve. So I'm going to start with 2.54 times 60.25 times 60, oh goodness, 2.54 times 60.5. And that gives me 153.67 in this direction, and then that equals 1x on the other side of the butterfly. Divide both sides by 1, and I have 153.67 centimeters. The directions ask me to round that to the nearest tenth, so 6 is in the tens place, 7 is 1 to the right, 7 is above 5, so when I round this, it's going to become 153.7 centimeters. Rounding up. All right, number 2. Mrs. Carver commutes 25.7 miles to work each morning. How many kilometers is this round to the nearest tenth of a kilometer? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look for miles and kilometers. Here's miles, and 1 mile is 1.609 kilometers. So I'm going to start with that side. So 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers. And I'm commuting 25.7 miles, and I want to know that in kilometers. So that goes on the bottom. All right, cross multiply 1.609 times 25.7, and I get 41.3513. It's equal to 1x. Divide both sides by 1. And I get 41.3513 kilometers. If I want to round that to the nearest tenth, I look at the tenths place, which is a 3. The 5 says round that 3 up to a 4, so my final answer is 41.4 kilometers. All right, example number 3. It says how many gallons are in a 2-liter bottle of soda round to the nearest tenth of a gallon. So I'm looking for gallons and liters. So I have 1 liter is 0.264 gallons, so that's what I'm going to use here. 1 liter is 0.264 gallons. And then I want to know, I have a 2-liter bottle, so that goes in the numerator, 2-liter bottle, and I'm looking for the number of gallons. So cross multiply, 0.264 times 2 gives me 0.528 is equal to 1x. Divide both sides by 1. And I get 0.528. And that's gallons. If I'm rounding this to the nearest tenth of a gallon, the 5 is in the tenths place. So I look 1 to the right and it's a 2. So since the 2 is less than 5, this 5 is going to stay the same. So my final answer is 0.5 gallons. All right, last example. The average weight of an adult female giraffe is 828 kilograms. How much does she weigh in pounds? Round to the nearest whole pound. So I'm going to look for pounds and kilograms. Here's a kilogram and here's a pound. So 1 kilogram is equal to 2.205 pounds. I have 828 kilograms. And I want to know how many pounds that is. So the pounds is on the bottom. All right, cross multiply 2.205 times 828. And that gives me 1,825.74. I'm rounding to the whole. I'm looking at the ones place. I have a 5 in the ones place. Look 1 to the right, and that's a 7. 7 means I'm going to round up. So my final answer, 1,826 pounds.